What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a new episode of Baby Daddy Potty. I'm here with my boy Jawolf, your big almost favorite influencer, a full-time dad, and someone's gonna share a very, very serious story and something that a lot of men have gone through. And he's just here to share. So, what's up, man? Good to see you finally meeting you. He's like, "What? Yeah, bro. It's been a while."
It's your favorite stepdaddy.
Bro, this is your favorite stepdaddy's cookie seed. Yeah, man. I mean, I think I just followed you one day randomly.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy's funny, but I was already thinking about doing the Baby Daddy Potty, so I was like, okay, we're gonna do this anyway. So I followed you, and I was like, dude, this guy's just hitting your nerves. So what's up with you? Like, how did you even start the whole influencer thing?
I just randomly started posting on TikTok, and one of my videos hit with me and my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it hit. I'm like, dude, it's going viral. So the next day, I'm like, dude, this is easy. So I posted another one. Boom, hit again, and then it just started going there. Yeah, just add mine, like just had them look.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're funny, dude. Like, honestly, I'm like, dude, you're like a deadbeat baby daddy. Like, it strikes a little nerve, and people hate on you.
I'm the worst enemy.
You're not the worst kid, Joe. Yeah, that's truly kid, Joe.
Nah, we're good. We're not on this side.
Yeah, freaking. So yeah, you started doing the whole content and stuff like that. But before that, when you had your daughter and all that stuff, how was it raising her? Because you pretty much raised her alone. For the most part?
For the most part, yeah. So I've been having primary full custody since she was 6 months.
Okay.
6 or 7.
Oh, wow.
So baby 7 months, yeah. So she was a baby. She didn't have to witness everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've just been raising her since 7 months.
Mm-hmm. Because going through court's tough, especially when the kids are a little older and they're going with you and stuff. You're like, dude, I don't want to,
So now it's she just sees the calm stuff and everything. But yeah, I'm grateful that it happened early and not, later. Like how you're saying,
Yeah.
That's trauma. That's
Yeah. You have
trauma would happen.
That would, yeah, for sure. Especially with what happened to you and all that. It's you'd if she was 7, 8, you're like, whoa. Yeah, she knows what's going on, you know. I think that's what's important. When you're a dad or a mom, if you can move, you gotta move on from that relationship if it's toxic. Do it when they're little.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm grateful that it sucks that it happened, and I do not wish that upon anybody. But it's sooner than later. I'm just happy that it happened, and the way it happened and where it happened, because I had witnesses. I had police reports, pictures, and all of that.
Yeah.
Because for a woman to hit a guy, it's people are not gonna believe it. So,
or they'll be like, why are you even calling us?
it's just everything worked out in my favor, and where it happened, how it happened, just everything worked out.
Yeah, I mean, some people, they probably know this, but I've been a victim. I call myself a survivor of physical. What is it? The domestic abuse, physical violence.
It really is, bro.
Yeah, because low-key, I'm still to this day traumatized by Nissan Sentras. And that the ex-girlfriend used to drive a Nissan Sentra. And so to this day, I'm like, oh, fuck, she right to it.
I was also a red Nissan Toyota Corolla. Because especially in the job that I used to work in.
Yeah.
So I was constantly working outside. So every time I would see a red car, you feel oh shit, dug it. Or somebody comes up to me from behind or something, it's just instant trigger. Yeah. Hey, be careful. It's just PTSD, bro.
Yeah, you do have PTSD. Yeah. I think you had it. My car got the worst part of it. I didn't, that ex-girlfriend at that time was 100 pounds. And I didn't, it wasn't as serious as you. She more crashed into my car because I broke up with her. Yeah, she was like, get out the car. I was like, fuck that. She was like, you don't get out the car. If you don't get out of your sister's car, I'm gonna crash your car. My car was parked. And I was like, crash it then.
You won't do it.
She did. She did. But I'm looking back at it, I could have stopped that. I could have stopped a car, bro. Yeah. Do you want to kind of let the people know a little bit of what happened, or how you even ended up in that situation? Because it's pretty tough.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. So just long story short, I was a victim of domestic abuse. I had some serious injuries. We were leaving one night after a soccer game, going to my cousin's house. Situation just happened between me and her. We ended up in the restroom. And just kind of it was like a blur after that. I just remember being on the floor and just her just going ham.
So did you ours? She knocked you down?
Yeah, it was just some UFC.
Oh yeah.
Full mount. My arms pinned. My arms pinned to my,
Oh, what?
Yeah, and so my cousin and her friends had to come inside, break the door to get.
Because she had you to slide in there.
Yeah,
that's crazy, bro.
And even when we separated, they separated her from me. They went to the living room, And they're in between both of us, right? And like she still managed to push them aside and still got one more hit.
Another one. Damn.
And I think that one is what broke my. So I had like pretty big serious injuries.
Damn, she was strong.
They broke my lower orbital. She broke my lower orbital. Broke my nose. I had 7 stitches.
What?
I had to get eye surgery. Yeah, I have metal on my eye, on the lower orbital.
Really?
Yeah, I have metal inside. Yeah. So it was rough. Like,
Yeah.
going through like, oh damn, I'm a full-time dad. We're co-parent. Well, we were parenting, and then from being parents to co-parenting and trying to heal from my injuries and still trying to like take care of the baby.
Yeah, it is. It's rough. Yeah. Were you guys like living together at that point?
We were living together. Everything was fine. We were like good. And then, after that, it's like, when it happened, just grab what I could and just took off.
Yeah, you're bound. You had to, because like it's just there's a toxic place. And then I mean, after that, how was it like? Because with me, I never really had like the whole being together with my son's wife, so I never really had to adjust to living alone. But how was it like adjusting like that whole thing? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure you had it like you also wanted to be with your daughter.
Yeah, so it was rough. Like, it went from like living by yourselves and then come like to then moving back with your parents. Like, it was a whole different transition. And then like I said, like I had just gotten out of surgery. So I had eye surgery. I couldn't bend down. I couldn't pick up the baby. I couldn't carry her. Like my mom, or like if I wanted to carry her, she would have to like put her on my, my lap.
Yeah.
Thing. So like I couldn't really, be there for my baby because I was like recovering from surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But like you want to, like
yeah.
Like
you're trying hard to, but you're like I just can't.
I just couldn't, because like if I were to look down or something, my eye could have popped out.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like I had like a whole bandage and everything, like Pirates of the Caribbean type of thing. Yeah. So like going from 2-parent household to a 1-parent household, like, I just had to step it up. I knew I had to, like I had a little one depending on me, so I couldn't really grieve for that long. Like,
yeah, like the breakup.
You couldn't. Like, I remember crying, like just crying, because like, I never wanted to break up or anything. That I never wanted, for us to have a two-parent household,
right?
So it was really tough.
Yeah, because you had to like grieve and also look out for your baby and also like figure out what's going on, what you're gonna want to do with your health, and then with her at the same time. It was a lot
dealing with the whole criminal court, family court. Like it was just it was a mess, bro. Did
you what was harder, the criminal court or the family court at the end of the day?
I want to say both, but criminal court, like they kind of took care of it. Okay, whether you wanted to or not, the state of California is going to press charges for you. Mm-hmm. So they kind of gathered all the evidence for me. Like I just had to bring my, medical reports, loss of wages.
And that one they took care of it.
Yeah. So I just had to show up. Criminal family court is what
it took almost
it took almost a year and like 2-3 months.
Wow.
Yeah, so just going in and out of court, like it's a whole ass.
Yeah, and that's so crazy because like I don't want to say it, but like if it was like this, the roles were switched, like family court would have been done. Yeah. It would have been like, all right, yeah, you're not gonna see your kid. You are not okay to be with your son or your daughter. My God.
Yeah. Because it is
very much one-sided.
It's one-sided. But luckily, for my case, everything kind of worked out for me.
Yeah.
But I went to court for that long, that I saw a lot of cases, and I did see a lot of dads getting custody too.
Mm-hmm.
Either getting more custody than mom or going 50-50. So it's good to see that the court system is like slowly transitioning to more like in the more middle or a dad side. So.
Or a minimum middle in the middle. Yeah,
you're just more on some bad shit, that gets more. But it's crazy because when I was going to the court, they were saying that due to COVID, there was a 34% increase of domestic violence cases. And of those, I think they said 16% were from women being the abuser now.
Damn. No, I mean, that's when I got like the MSA. It was right after COVID. I wanted to break free.
Yeah, mine happened, 2022?
Yeah, 22. Yeah, right when everything was starting to open up, right? Yeah.
And I go suck too. I don't know, like if you had to go to the same thing, but like I couldn't go inside the what's it called? The doctor's visits for when they check the baby's heart and
just
only went in one time. I don't know if you had.
For the like when they're still in the belly.
Yeah, when there's some with it.
The mama sonogram.
Yeah, I only got to go into one. Like I was there just in the lobby because they didn't let us in because of COVID. You know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that kind of sucks. Like I feel like I got robbed from that experience.
Right. Yeah, and that's how I feel too. Like I feel like I never got. Well, at least like. Well, with you guys, it was different because it was COVID. With me, it was more like because we weren't together. I didn't get to see my baby grow in her stomach and stuff. I just like whenever I could go over, like I'd be like, oh shit, like it's getting bigger, you know. And like it's like such a weird feeling because even though you don't see them, like you don't really know the baby, you're like, oh shit, like I want to be part of this, you know. Yeah. Would you want to like, I guess like another kid down the road, or is this like when?
Eventually I would want to, with God's gracious, but like kind of like a backstory. My baby was like kind of like a miracle baby.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was, for my whole life up to the baby, I didn't know I could have kids. So I was told I couldn't have kids at a young age.
Wow.
Really? Yeah, it's because I had cancer.
Oh man.
I had cancer when I was 13, on my femur.
Mm-hmm.
So because where the cancer was located, close to your testicles and all that, they told my parents, they're like, hey, we can save your son, but don't expect no grandchildren from him.
That's so crazy to tell like a little kid too, like that you grow up with that now.
To be honest, I didn't even know what cancer was. Like I was just like, can I play baseball? I was like,
that was
it was like, I just want to play with my friends. So like it didn't hit me till like later on. So I got tested and everything, and they were like, yeah, you can. So when things were getting serious with my baby mama, I was like, man, let me go get tested again. So I did the sperm count.
Right.
It takes like 3 weeks. And in between that time frame, my baby mama called me one time and she was like, hey, you need to come over. She said, congratulations, you could be your dad.
Wow, before they would give you the results, that's it.
So when they called me, they were like, hey, your results are in, you can have a kid. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Like, just, you are only back. That was the first time I'm ready. Was that expensive? Like the test in the lab were like $700. I want to pay like seven bills. That's expensive, yeah. Damn.
Yeah, bro. So.
Oh yeah, man. It was that's nice. Oh, good thing you guys are waiting big. When
I told my parents, they were like in disbelief. They were like, my dad was like, it's like this, feel like this for like 5 minutes. Like he couldn't believe it.
Right.
Like we were just everybody was shocked.
Yeah. Especially because before the testing rate came in, it was like, boom, we're good.
So yeah, she's that's why.
And then she was born healthy and everything. Yeah. So it was like perfect.
Yeah, God bless me with such a good baby.
Yeah,
well-behaved baby, bro. That's up to this day, no health issues.
That's good.
No tantrums or nothing.
Yeah, that's I think you're lucky, especially with the health issues. Like when I was my baby was being born and stuff, like some of my friends had babies and they had like health complications. That was the only thing that was scary about it. Like I was like, damn. Did you ever ask your baby mama like, hey, like if it comes down to like you or the baby, like did you guys ever have that conversation or that fear?
No, I don't think it ever came across our mind. I think we were just always optimistic. Yeah, everything was gonna work good for us.
Yeah, with me, I had to ask her because I was like, dude, we're not even together. Like, you gotta tell me what you want. And she was like, no, like if anything, like of course that's the baby before me. And I was like, okay. I was like, but I'm gonna I'm gonna listen to you because it's it's you. It's your life at the end of the day. But no, luckily that she's born, and then now you have a outlet for creativity. Because you think you would have been doing anything like through social media if she wasn't born?
Oh no! I think if all of this would have happened, I would have never even been on the influencer side.
Yeah,
I think this, everything happened for a reason, and this opened different doors for me.
It makes you think differently, huh? Yeah, we'll walk around different.
Yeah, it's like it's a whole different like perspective that you see with the world. Because I'll tell you, I survived cancer and now domestic violence.
Yeah,
I feel like now I live happily. I live freely. It took a while. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
It was hard. Hard, but hey, we managed. We fought through it.
You're like heartbroken, and then you're also trying to move through your kid, and then it's tough when you're like it's like the heartbreak, and then it's a baby.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, okay, but you also gotta control your like emotions. She doesn't see it.
You still have to be consistent. Still show up day in day out for the baby. Still be present.
Yeah,
show her how much you still love her, regardless of what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And it was sent a road.
Yeah. So you said you have pretty much full full custody.
Yeah, if primary full custody. That was
What does that mean?
so primary full is basically full. But the mom gets visitation.
Okay.
So that's why it's not considered full custody because she still has.
She's like she's your own unit.
Yeah, and like I didn't want to steal her from her.
Yeah.
That's why they allowed visitation.
Right.
So yes, that's just pretty much the difference between primary full and then full.
Oh, okay. That's just the visitation time. That makes sense. Yeah, you don't want to like take her away from her because at the end of the day, it's not your daughter's fault.
Yeah,
we know.
Yeah.
And I think that's important.
Yeah, they still need the mom as much as they need the dad. They also need the mom.
Yeah, especially she's a girl, so there's things that and she might like later down the road she's not gonna feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Well, maybe she will because you're like a really good dad, and she'll be like, "Hey, dad, like, this isn't that." But you might be like, "I don't know, I don't know how to help you." Do you grow up with like women around you other than your mom, or just more brothers?
More cousins. So we're all guys.
Oh,
I didn't have no sisters, so my daughter is the first female of the family.
princess.
Yeah.
Anywhere. I was looking around and I'm like, "This is her house." Yeah, brother. Her house.
Yeah, it's the Lonnie's world, not mine. Like it's on his name. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like, and I mean, I'm sure your mom and everyone was just like super ecstatic and happy and just enjoying.
And wherever she goes, she just like lights up the room and like, dude, like their laughs so contagious. Like you just hear them laugh and you just want
to laugh with them. Yeah. How was it like kind of just like, getting out of that whole stage of like grieving and like moving on and then just finally having your daughter just like to yourself? Because I'm sure like, we want to be with her 24/7, but you're full custody. So like, what do you do on like the days where like she gets picked up by her mom? Like what is a day in Jawolf's life? In Jawolf's life when there's no baby home?
Man, it's like some people are like, oh, at least you get some time off. You get a weekend off. Like each down you don't want it.
Yeah,
you get attached to them. Like it just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel like it's a home. So sometimes the pickup and drop off is at the police department.
Oh, you guys do it through the department?
Yeah, at the police department. And I swear, like after I drop her off, I'll probably just sit there for like 10, 15 minutes. I just sit there like in silence and like just kind of prepare myself. Like, hey, when you get back, it's gonna be a quiet. Yeah. Like there's no more TV, no more sounds, no more mess. Like,
yeah, it's a crazy thing how you come home, you're like, my house is empty. It's quiet.
Yeah.
Like
that. Yeah, I don't like it.
It's because you love your daughter. You want to just be there for her all the times.
Yeah, like some friends invite me out here and there, but like sometimes like I just want to catch up on the cleaning. Yeah. It's a house.
You're like, that's funny though, because you're cleaning. You're like, what the hell did me eat this? Or like, what is this? You're like touching it. You're like,
I said I just cleaned that slide. The heck is it every again?
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, you do social media now, and like, I mean, your following is strictly like a lot of women.
Yeah, it's a lot of women, a lot of single women,
a lot of single mothers.
My followers.
So you ready for single mamas? Yeah, a lot of lovas. Like, then they buy your merch and everything. Put the link down here. Put the link down here.
Dude, yeah, it's been crazy, dude. Like, we're
that's lovas. That's crazy. That's a crazy bad name. I like that.
We're fucking squad, mom.
I love that.
Yeah, it's crazy. We might be a little bit, but hey, we're deep. We back each other up. We keep hold each other accountable. Right? Hey, you're falling off. No, we like get it together.
Yeah, I was at a party this weekend. Shout out to Mike and everyone, and I was with like the moms, and I was like talking to them, just trying to get up because I was with my son. I was taking him until his mom picked him up, and I was like looking, and I was like, damn, I've never had so many mom friends. I was like chismeando. I was intrigued in the cheese man.
You become like a tia Rudy.
Yeah, I was like, tell me more. Oh, he did what?
And
then like my actual friends are like their husbands are like people I grew up with, and so now like they already talked all their shit, and I'm over here like my luggage picked up. Right, I go chill with my homies now, and I'm like, why'd you go to your wife? Like, that's wow. You're fucking crazy. You don't respect her.
We stay together.
Yeah, and it's funny because like I mean I'm a like boy dad, right? So you think it's a little bit different, but no, like it's like the nurturing part it's still more there.
Yeah, especially when they're this little. You don't gotta be a perfect dad. You just gotta be a present dad.
Yeah,
and that's why it's so like all these people, like all these dads are newborns. I'm like, don't try to be perfect. You're already perfect in their eyes. Just be present.
Yeah,
that's what I like to. That's my advice to them because. Yeah, it is. It's the time goes by fast.
Time goes by super fast. Like, yeah. There's like for me, I have a little like a 5-day gap before I see my son sometimes, and like I notice things. I'm like, what? Like your head changed, like your body changed. You can do more things. Like it's crazy how fast time goes by.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And also, like, do you see them be different, like when they're with you and then when they come back?
Yes, I feel like when he's with his mom, he's like a little like more like he knows what he's doing 24/7, and he's just like he's very like attentive for like a couple hours with me, and then once he's with me, he's just freaking running around everywhere. Like he knows like with me it's just playtime. Okay. And I feel like he also knows that when he's at his grandma's house, he has to be a little bit more like chill, but he's still like a vago. Like he loves to just do whatever. But but he's always happy and smiling and talking. My favorite part is like picking him up and like I'm driving, right? It's like a 40-minute drive. I'm just talking to him. He's just yapping at me and just chatting it up. And I'm like, "What'd you do this weekend?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "All right, cool."
That's cool. Yeah.
But yeah,
I was listening like no matter how long that story takes, I'm like, it's okay, take your time, like don't.
So I went to the store and I got this toy, and then your dog's like fully so she just takes you on this road for it, and tata this, tata that. I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah, he's so adorable.
Yeah. So when how was it like starting on the whole co-parenting situation?
So my situation is difficult. Because I have a protective order and a restraining order. So there's no communication. So whatever the protective order says is superior than the restraining order. So the protective order says like, hey, no visitation for the baby or Jorge. She can't see Jorge or the baby. And if the restraining order says she can, it's what the protective order says.
Oh, interesting.
So luckily, thank God, the baby wasn't on a protective order, so that allowed her to see the baby.
Okay.
But there's no communication between you of us, so there has to be a mediator for the exchanges. If something's wrong with the baby or like like anything about the baby, we have to go through the mediator.
Oh wow! If you guys don't go through like, cause I seen the app, they have like a talking parent. Yeah. You guys don't go
directly mediator.
A strictly mediator. That's interesting. Yeah, that's hard because I feel like sometimes you do want you see things that your daughter does, like I see things that my son does, and I want to reach out to my son's mom and be like, what the heck, have you noticed this? Yeah. But out of respect for her relationship and everything, I can't talk to her about it. Yeah. But it's like, dude, who do you tell these like these little things, like? Yeah. I find it a little bit hard.
Yeah. Luckily, we haven't had an issue. We're pretty mutual between the mediator. And my baby's been healthy. She's been a good baby. Like there hasn't like really been a need to message them.
Right.
It's like, bro, she hardly even like gets kind of like sick.
That's good.
So, there hasn't really been much need for anything.
That's good.
And that's been better for me, better for my mental health.
Yeah.
Honestly, because that's fucking traumatic, bro. It was really traumatic.
Yeah, you were what, like 28? You weren't even...
Totally late. So like 29, I think.
You're still young. You're like really learning a lot of things. You're kind of like, I feel like in your eyes, you kind of were going into like this new chapter fully. Like you're about to turn 30. Like I'm the man of the house.
Yeah. From being a parent to then to being a single parent, and that's another thing. Like I had to like pick: do I want to be the cool parent or do I want to be the structural parent? And as a primary, I have primary full custody of her. Like I have to be, the structural parent. Yeah, you can't only be a cool parent.
Yeah.
So like it was a decision. Like we still do fun activities and
take her to a Dodger game, bro. I just need to like sign you up for it.
She's living the best life.
I need to give you tickets for her. Minimum, give me tickets for her because damn, I see you guys and they're like almost every other week. I'm like, damn, that's expensive.
Yeah, we go to Dodger games, LAFC games.
That's sick.
Disneyland. We only been to 2 Brands games, but yeah.
You take her to sporting events. Yeah, that's what she's gonna be like, dude.
Like I hope she doesn't become tomboy Lonnie in the future. I'm sorry.
she might be like a girly girl that like just knows how to play sports. Yeah, or like I like
here for the food. Yeah, see her munching out and everything. It's just cool. She vibes like
she vibes anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the biggest challenge you think of being like a single father? What was like your biggest challenge with her and like your baby and just starting all over?
It was trying to be more emotional available, bro, honestly, because it's, tough. Like I'm not sure, I don't have a boy, but I'm pretty sure it's still the same. Because I, my parents weren't, on the emotional side. So I'm like, damn, like I have to like tell her I love you, I have to kiss her, I have to like make sure she's okay, that she's safe, she's protected. So it was a different transition. It was one of the hardest transitions in my life for sure.
Yeah.
Like I said, like also grieving. I was grieving at the same time. Like I feel like there's two types of grievings. It was like, one, I lost a person, and then two, I lost what we could have had.
Right.
So it was like
That was the one that hurts more. Like what could have happened? What could we made?
Yeah, because like it even like when I go to the grocery stores, and I made like a video of this. I was like, when we go to the grocery store and you see a couples together, like that shit hurts. Like seeing them throw the meal at the back of their head. Yeah, like dude, like it sucks seeing happy couples, because that's what I wanted. That's how my parents grew up.
Okay.
So I just always wanted a big family.
Yeah.
So like it's just it being taken away out of your hands, like it hurt.
Yeah, because I don't know, but did you have a choice like to go back in a way? Like could you have been like, you know what, shit happens, unless you move forward, or was it just like?
To be honest, when it happened, I just grabbed my stuff. In the meantime, she was in jail. I just grabbed my stuff, what I could at the time, whatever fit in my car, stuffed it in. I had like that, it did cross my mind, like, oh damn, like, is this what I want?
Yeah.
But like, that's a line that I feel like we can't come back on.
Yeah.
I feel like, that's like, what's my self-worth?
Yeah.
What am I going to teach my daughter? That it's okay for this to happen? That's a big shatter,
because it could happen in my animal.
Yeah. Correct. Do I want her to be living in this type of a household?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope she learns, self-love and self-worth.
Yeah, especially as like I'm Asian, you should be a woman at some point, older, you shouldn't grow up.
But, whatever we do now, it's like basically shaping them on how they're going to grow up and how they should see the world.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I feel like I made the right choice for myself, for her peace, for her sanity.
Yeah. Especially because it was early, like, boom, let's get it out the way.
Yeah, like, and it sucks to say, like, it just... Yeah, I'm just happy the way everything happened.
Yeah, and it's barely, and everything kind of like, in a way, it's kind of just barely starting to take off. You feel better, you feel healthier. Like you're moving along.
This is my third year that we broke up. So like the first year, I felt like I was broken. The second year is like when I was recovering, and now I feel like myself. I'm like I finally found myself. I feel like I'm at peace. I'm happy. Everything's kind of going in the right direction right now.
Yeah. What's something you kind of did to like start focusing on yourself and like getting away from like those thoughts of,
oh man, dude,
something that helped you?
I had to go to therapy, bro. I went to therapy for over a year. I had a lot of help from family and friends, but honestly, I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed for forever because like, you got beat up by a woman.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was embarrassed. I didn't tell nobody. Like, I didn't tell none of my family members. She was talking to my family members like, oh, I can't reach him. I can't get a hold of him.
And they're like, why?
Yeah. So they found out through her. So I didn't even reach out to my like family. Like I was honestly embarrassed. Like none of my friends knew till like maybe weeks later.
Yeah. What was your friend's reaction like?
Nobody could believe it because they did like, you guys were so good. Like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
and like, it's like typical reaction. But she's a woman. How can a woman do that to a guy? It's like, but if it was the other way around, I'd be like, oh fuck that guy.
Yeah, take full custody, like all this shit. Yeah.
So it was a kind of like same,
the reaction. It wasn't even like, oh, are you okay? It was more like, oh, the disbelief.
Yeah.
It was more like the disbelief.
Even my dad, when I called my dad. And I stopped talking to him for almost 2-3 months. So when I called him, like, hey, Dad, like this and this happened, like she's in jail and I'm on the hospital, that everybody do a CT scan on my head. And he was like, well, like, how the hell did that happen? Like, you're the one that's supposed to be rotting in the jail cell. Like, without even me giving the explanation of like what happened. Like, that was his first reaction. And I'm like I just sent him a picture of my case. Like, I'll show you pictures.
Yeah.
Like, it looked like if I got into a fight with John Jones, bro. The whole place, I was like swollen shut and like blood just leaking.
Yeah, it's like, it is crazy to think like, oh, a woman hit you that hard, but it's like, you don't have to hit someone that hard to make them, like, especially here, because it's soft.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean,
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, my dad said that, and like I just sent him a picture, and then he apologized like shortly after he tried to call me. But I was like, like that was the last thing I wanted to hear.
Yeah,
Especially as your parents.
should be like, hey, are you okay? Yeah, like, how can we help you out?
But we fine now. We're cool. We talked it out. Like, but like, yeah, like during that time frame, like that's the last thing.
Because you already felt betrayed, and now you're feeling betrayed by your family. You're like, dude, what am I losing? What's on my side? What's on my side? Yeah, I felt like that before too. Like, I get you. Like, yeah, even when with not my kid's mom, lucky that hit me, my ex-girlfriend, I told my homies, and like, oh shit. And but like now, so that my wasn't really like crazy because like I never had to go to the hospital or anything like that. But she did go to jail for a little bit.
Yeah.
I said to call the cops. Like the cops are like, yeah.
Oh, they're all mine took almost like 3 hours to show up.
Really?
Yeah, they almost took like 3 hours, and she stayed outside of my cousin's house. She stayed outside for those 3 hours, just banging on the doors, banging on the window.
That's crazy that they took that long.
They took that long.
You think it would have been different if it would have been you?
Oh yeah. From the get-go.
Yeah.
From the get-go, yeah.
Yeah, 1000%. With me, when that happened, the cop was literally like, "Oh, she just called right now," and she was like, "You're lucky that you called first." He's like, "Because if not, you would have been put in handcuffs without even questioning you." I was like, "Yeah, what?" And he told me straight up, like he was like straight up, like, "You're lucky." And then he was like, "Did they do like a whole thing? Let me check your hands." And I was like, "Bro, if I would have hit her."
Yeah, they did the same thing, but until they checked everything.
Yeah.
And I didn't not throw one punch at her. I didn't even like grab her or anything. Nothing. Like up to the day, like people were like, "Dude, like how would you let a woman do that to you?" I'm like,
what you're supposed to do is just go toe to toe, like,
like if they were here, so we're both going to jail.
Yeah.
Like what,
like you're losing it. Yeah, you're silly, Joel.
Yeah, I'm gonna be in the bottom of everything. Like guarantee you that. Like something in my head, just like take it,
just take it.
Yeah, like there was nothing. I couldn't even defend myself. It was just
because if you push her, because you was at the restroom, you push her, something, she slips, falls. Like you don't know what really could have happened. So I think you have like a lot of people's respect. I'm sure now, like you've been through this, you talk about it and you kind of expose it.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there's a lot of men that are in a similar situation. Maybe it's not physical abuse, but maybe they're just like mentally abused, like 24/7 by like their partner.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't really hear because people keep it quiet, but it happens everywhere.
That mental abuse is no jokes. That takes years of dealing.
Yeah.
Like if it's like a bruise, it can easily heal. I'm not saying it's good too. But if that mental takes a real toll on you too.
Have you been like dating or anything like that now? Like, because I feel like that, like, barely now you're stepping into like your singleness, like
now I'm like
your DILF era.
That's a good your DILF era. I tried to date, but we're living in 2025. Bro.
It's hard. It's like I don't know, man.
Focus on the baby, bro.
Yeah.
If I'm open to it, if it happens, organically, we're going all in. But, it's hard, and the baby's too small. She needs a lot of attention.
Yeah.
So I'd rather focus on the baby, and, whatever happens after that just happens.
I agree with you on that.
But yeah, she comes first no matter what.
Yeah. It's crazy because I feel like men, when they have a kid and they have one kid and then just kind of like zone in and they don't even really date. I know a couple single dads and like they're just zoned in for a cool minute. And like on the other part, I can't say for like all women, but a lot of the single moms, like they date a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like I mean, I'm not judging you. It's just more like it's just why is it that why do you think that men like hyper focus? Like I'm not, like for me, like I can't date anyone. Like I'm just like I take a girl out on a date. It's like a $200-$300 date. And like I look back at it and it's not like, oh, I need the money, but it's like, oh, that money could have gone to my son.
So you're saying, yeah,
that money could have gone to like even if it's just me spending money on stupid things, I'd rather spend it on him,
You're more aware of like your financial, like you're like, oh no, I love to eat out. I'm like, no, like, this can go for her. We can, we need something else at the house.
Or we can eat out together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's it hurts the pockets too, That's why I kind of chilled on a dating.
I think that's why moms go out more, date more, because their dates, they don't really spend money. It's easier.
Well, you're joining my money.
Yeah, it's easier when the single moms go out, with no disrespect, because they're not really spending all their money. Usually the guy has to put up for the But that should change, bro. If you're a single mom and you're going out with a single dad, split that shit 50-50. Split that shit like the custody you're in.
They both suffer here.
I mean, this is what you tell her. Hey, what's your custody like? If she's at 70-30, you're like, all right, well, you take 70% of it, I would take 30. Just so you know how it feels. Like, tell your baby dad it's every day to sell you for this fucking meal because she's not coming out of my pocket.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure you like your dating scene is like it's open if you really wanted to.
Yeah.
It's like it's there.
Another door is always open.
And then you're doing that whole Dodger thing. That's exciting.
Yeah, we're hosting the Dodgers tables. What does that coming up? June 19th.
Well, it's coming up right around the corner. Yeah.
But
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. See how it goes. And you get invited, a lot. So you just like to go have fun. Yeah, baby has a lot of fun. Especially, I don't know if you've been there. Like they have the little playgrounds
At the Dodger Stadium.
Yeah,
I've never been there later with my baby.
Yeah, we like to walk around because they have like 2 playgrounds on the top. They're like big.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they have fun for them to do. And they center field, yeah, they have another one right there.
Oh.
But yeah, so like we're not even kind of watching the game half the time because she's over here wanting to play.
Yeah.
Here's on my cheese too. You can't forget about that.
Yeah, the Dodger dogs and all the food. Yeah, I feel like that's exciting. But now you're an influencer, right? You're getting traction. You're slowly developing your own persona and stuff like that. Social media, does that kind of give you a little bit of fear because you go out with your daughter a lot? Like,
People are pretty respectful of him. Well, if we're out later on, if I post a video like of our outing and stuff, they'll be like, "Oh, we saw you guys, but you guys look like you guys are having fun," or like, "Oh, I'm respecting your guys' privacy."
Mm-hmm.
So it's cool. Like it's cool to have like that fan base.
They're family oriented.
Yeah. So right now everything's been going really good, and like when I am by myself, they'll come like, "Oh, can we get a picture?" Yeah, it's real cool. Like this is new to me too.
Mm-hmm.
So this is new. So I'm like I'm just a regular. I'm just a chill guy.
I'm just a chill guy. The dope era. That's all it is, bro. It's the dip era is coming through your.
Just a chill guy.
Yeah. For sure, like you're. I mean, you like I said, you're gonna blow up. Like, and the video, the funny, bro. The video's every time. I'll put one on there. But some of them, like low key, cause like some of them, I look at them from like a different perspective. Like if I was like a deadbeat, I'm like, damn. If I any shit, like we wouldn't be upset, or like although you're like talking about, oh, I'm the new stepdad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, bro. What did we said? I was like. Damn, bro.
Yeah. Like honestly, I first when I started making videos, like I just wanted people to be better parents. Like whether it was a mom or a dad, like I just wanted people to be better. And like just slowly, I don't know how I ended up in the single mom side of.
Bro, tattoos and everything is single moms.
I could ended up on there by by luck.
Yeah,
by charm, whatever.
I think it's because it's funny, it's relatable, and like everyone watches it. The single moms love it because like they're like, yeah, fuck my baby, got it, type shit. Yeah.
By saying order for the girls in the back.
Yeah, you're like on the baby. Yeah, that'd be funny. You should host like a fuck my baby dad pool party. just go all out.
That sounds like repeat that, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Like it's funny because like like you said, you try to make parents better parents, and you end up in like the comedy skit, like funny type shit.
And like it's funny because I still try to like be motivational, try to help people just be better in your life.
Right.
So, throw some inspirational stuff, some motivational stuff, and like.
Because you've been through a lot of things. I have like have shown like your resilience and like who you are as a person. So it's funny that they just shifted completely. Gets you like maybe that
everything I post is true. It's real. It's something that I've lived with. I've lived. So I want to continue going the opposite way. So I'm gonna try to do like a U-turn along the way.
Yeah, that's how I feel about this podcast. Because like it's like for parents to be better parents, for you guys to share your stories, but also a lot of the people that I like talk to and stuff are comedians or people that are funny naturally. Yeah. But all of you also have a very interesting, deeper story that made you guys like the influencer people. But like you also were full time. So how does that? Because you said you're gonna start your daughter in a head start.
Yeah, well, she's starting a head start, and like that's another thing too. Like as a that I have primary focus. I think you had to start thinking about what schools or doctors and all that. Like you said, I work full time. And I work full time, be a parent full time, and I still start school. So it's like I'm trying to juggle life and the whole influencer life too, right? It's like it's a lot on the plate, but hey, we're managing.
You're gonna have to eat it. Yeah, that's what you wanted at the end of the day.
Like, I now need coffee's your best friend. Kind of friend.
I know, isn't that, bro? Like, I'm gonna get a coffee on like 6 p.m.
That's sweet.
I had a Celsius on the way here, so yeah, honestly, yeah, coffee's my best friend. Speaking of best friends and stuff, do you have like friends that like help you out with like anything like that, or is it more like your mom and your dad, that family that helps you?
It's mostly my mom who family. For sure, I do have a whole system in place, a whole not cool, but like
The tios at the end that we're gonna come through and do all that stuff.
so I have a lot of help, a lot of support, because I definitely couldn't do this on my own. But now that she's getting older, it gets easier.
Okay.
You know how people say, oh, it gets harder as they get older. And for me, it's been.
I feel like it's easier if you know what if like you said, you've already kind of thought about certain things in the future.
Yeah.
So it's just like you just gotta follow the plan now. Yeah. Like it's hard if you don't have a planning. Like they're growing and you're still not with the plan. You're like, bro, okay, where are we going with any of this?
Yeah, and like, being a parent kind of like is gonna tell you, hey, like I'm gonna get my shit together for the baby, or like I'm just gonna fuck off and be a deadbeat, or
or just not like give the right values and morals that you want your daughter to grow up with. Do you feel there's a lot of responsibility because do you feel like if you had a son instead of a daughter, the responsibility would feel a little bit different on your part?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Because for me, I'll answer my own question really fast while you kind of think about it. I think it would. I think I would be completely different. Not only like I'm like I don't love my son and like I care for him like in a really good way, but if they're definitely like things that like the mom might do that I'd be like, I don't know about that I let it slide with my son because he's a boy. He's gonna look up to me.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, as long as I'm doing good, like you said, as long as you're present, you're doing good, he's gonna admire. You admire your dad. Like, no matter what anyone says, even if you're a deadbeat dad and you come once a week, once a month, that little boy, that little girl, like looks at you like you're a freaking superhero. Yeah. So I feel like, for sure. Like if it was different, I'd be like, oh, let's not do that. Let's change things up.
No, I think that there would have been a difference. I think I would probably be more lenient as son. See, things like important. Yeah, I think I'll be more lenient for sure. But it's funny because I always wanted to grow.
Okay.
I always wanted to grow, and that's what
you got it. Yeah, you got it. And like you said, she was your miracle baby.
Yeah, my miracle baby. Yeah, bro. So I'm like, cool, we're set.
Yeah. You were like, I was meant to be a girl dad. Yeah, I got a little kink and everything on the dad for sure, bro.
All the Mickey Mouse
and all. I actually wanted a girl too, and then he was a boy, which is totally cool as well. But I was like, dude, dresses and little ribbons.
And that's one thing, as a girl dad too, like I like, being a single parent, I'm like, am I capable of this? Like, am I capable of being the nurturing parent, dressing her up? Like, man, I can't color coordinate to dress. Like, I got no style.
You're like Dodger jerseys, blur shirts. What easier as why?
Let's go.
I was like, jeans, shirt, shoes. Yeah, whatever.
Doing her hair, dude. Like my whole algorithm is like grow hair and snacks.
Wow,
like just grow hair and snacks. I'm like, all right, we're making this today. We're doing this hairstyle. And like in the beginning too, I would do like hair videos. Like if you go like way down the rabbit hole, like you see me doing like hair videos.
Okay.
So yeah, that was
So you've zoned in, like you're like, I'm a girl dad. This is my thing.
Yeah, I locked in. Yeah, I felt like I was meant to be a bro dad.
And you could definitely tell. Have you ever given her like a crazy hairstyle? You're like, let's see. Well, you're like,
not yet.
I just remember because I remember my dad when he would take care of my sisters. 'Cause I had two sisters. He would give them something he called a chongo popocini. Don't even know what that is, but it'd be like a chongo like up here. You just had a fall. And I think my dad made it sound cool because he couldn't like actually do like an actual togo. Yeah. So my sister was like, I got a chongo pupuchi, and they were like, this is cool. So
I used to call it the sprinkler. Yeah, because her hair was so short. Like it was so short. You would just do a point and like,
at these similar to that, chongo pupuccini, bro. I know my sister was like, that takes you back to like,
now we got the whole braids and the splitting the part. We got it now. We got it all.
Oh, you got her in the. Does she tell you like what type of hairstyle she wants yet, or
no, not yet. But she does dress herself.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, we went to Disneyland the other day, and she fully dressed herself, and I was like, okay.
It is. Hey, let's go. You're like, you know what? I would have done either worse or the same.
Oh, girl, you call the shots. Let's go.
Yeah. That's definitely fun, man. Like just growing up, like you seeing that, and you see they have like sisters, right? And girls. So like this is literally you're like how So you pretty much have like you don't have like a base of what a girl should be. You just kind of like, this is what I think, and I want her to do, and things like that. Have you seen you're more overprotective, like definitely like more overprotective over her, like especially going out places and things like that? I was like, oh yeah, like
especially like now, with this, generation. Well, not generation, but yeah, generation. Just you just never know. There's can be danger anywhere. Just not going outside to get the mail. You just never know. And sometimes how they say like it could be like the people closest to you.
Yeah, that's where it gets really scary. Like your family member, like dude, like what?
Yeah,
that's where my fear is a little bit less, because I think like for boys and girls, I think it's a little bit different. He's always with like his grandma and his tias. Oh, he's surrounded by women 24/7. So I'm like, okay, but like as like you leave her like to like you're gonna take your head start too, and like I'm sure that's like, oh fuck, like
it's like like
that's full trust in like strangers pretty much.
So it's something that's always, as a parent, it's always been in the back of your head. How he's shooting and stuff. I just like the worst is one like crazy, is like going the opposite way.
So
I feel like as a parent you're always gonna worry. You're always gonna worry. So
you think you'd do like private school or public school in the trenches?
So right now it's gonna be like public, but I do want to put her into a private school, but like it just depends on the funds and everything, and if co-parent wants to help out too. But like you always want the best schools, the best stuff for your kids. Whatever
kind of try your hardest. Because you're like single full-time dad. That's tough. But what type of dad, like when your daughter like gets older, right? Like you're 18, 19, 20, you're talking to your friends about who your dad is. What do you want her to like kind of like portray you? Like, like what kind of, like if like a girl asks like, what, like how's your dad? Like what type of person is he? Like, what do you want her to tell? Actually, let's make it more fun. A boyfriend. Like down the road, like a more serious one.
Damn, I'm gonna set that standard high for him, because she's gonna know her self-worth, how she deserves to be loved, how she should be treated. Like he better pay the full bill, 1,000%. So it's gonna be hard for him to try to top me off, because like already at such a young age, like I'm already putting that standard or that example for her, right? She should be treated. So kind of everything that we do now has to like everything that we do now has to like stack or like leave an imprint on her, so she can know in the future of how she should be treated, like both in her career or in life in general.
1,000%. Yeah, because especially career, like I mean, she's already facing like the challenges of being a woman, Hispanic, like single father household, like all these like things just boom 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 stacking up. You're like, well, at least I'm gonna make you strong, independent, things like that. So I had a question for you, something that I want like the listeners to really like tap in and listen to. What is some advice that you would give like a single father that is like struggling, or even a father in a in a relationship that he knows like, hey, I need to leave,
I in my case, it was the best thing I could have done. But your feelings are valid. You're not weak for feeling soft. You deserve peace. You deserve safety. We don't think about it. Having two separate households, but at the end of the day, it's better to have two households than one broken one. Do what's right. Do what's right for your baby. Show her what true strength looks like, and not just, dealing with it, because as man, we're just taught, like, just take it up.
Take it in the chin.
Yeah, take it in the chin. But that mindset will kill you. That mindset will eat you from the inside out. You go in a really, like, dark rabbit hole. So, get help, protect your baby, protect yourself. If you guys want, reach out to me, reach out to Cesar. We're here to help, because it was tough for me to get help. It was really tough because, nobody in my family went through this.
Right. No one, not even your friends, or no one really.
Yeah. So I didn't know where to run to. I reached out to the hotlines and everything. And like, there was just like a big wait list. So my resources were very small, and like, I've always wanted to help people. So like, when people reach out to me because of social media, it's like, oh, your videos hit home. Like, I'm going through the same thing. Like, I was kind of replying message. Yeah, we message back and forth. Yeah, so reach out if you guys need any help or anything.
Or just someone to talk to. Sometimes I feel like as dads, you really don't have anywhere to go and talk to people, because like you don't want you want to tell your friends some things because they're gonna like be like, oh, fucking pussy or something. Like, yeah, like you shouldn't be doing this. And then you can't really tell like your family either because you don't want to like burn out that person, you know, that your mother or your kid.
I definitely feel like, you know, when I was going through the whole criminal court and family court, I feel like I was always calling somebody. I'm like, oh, like, man, I'm stressed out. I just always felt like I was bugging.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always good to have like a stranger or just somebody like a therapist. You like, you know, it's always just to vent it out. Don't keep it in.
Right.
Yeah, you know, you're not about. You're for sure. You guys are not about for sure.
And I feel like as like because we're kind of around the same age and stuff like that, and a lot of the dads I've interviewed are both similar in age. A lot of us want to break that like generational curse of like just being that like that strict dad with like no bullshit and it's like let's move forward like type thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like you said, the resources just aren't there for men.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of resources for women and it's really easy for them to do a lot of things, but for men it's just not there. Yeah. You know, like I'll make an example, which made me feel a little weird, but I was like, whatever. I went to the fair and my son had to change them. And I asked the guy, I was like, hey, like, do you know where like the family restrooms are or whatever? And he's like, yeah. He's like, oh, actually the closest ones are far. I was like, oh, where can I go? He's like, oh, you go to the mommy changing station over here. Right. And I was like, mommy, okay, whatever. And I go in and the girl looked at me like, it was like the lost children section and the mommy changing station at the same place. And she looked at me like my son was lost. And I was like, oh, I'm here to change him. And she was like, oh, yeah, go ahead inside. But she was like taking, like, she literally had to pause and be like, oh, okay, like you're doing this. Like, I was like, dude, why was this such a weird,
from my head to toe?
Yeah, they're making me sign in, sign out. They're asking me like a bunch of questions, like trying to get to like understand to see, but that's my son. Yeah, like, oh, how old is he? What's his name? Like all this. And then there was another mom right next to me and she was just changing the baby. And I was like, oh, like it made me feel a little weird. Like, yeah, like why do you there's no difference here, you know?
Yeah. So to like when you go like in outings too, like dude, like people ever come to like, oh, you're such a good dad, like you're a great dad.
I'm like, bro, we're just out here having a good time. Like I'm not
just me on a regular.
Yeah.
Thank you for the flowers, but this is just my life 20%.
Yeah, I like it at the mall though. At the mall, it's always fun. Pull up with the stroller. Remember you told me?
I put up next to Carter's.
Like lost,
yeah. Sephora.
With your son.
Fresh haircut and all.
Yeah, bro. It's always fun stuff being out with them though. They see the world in such a different way. And you just kind of have to take a little pause and just admire it and just enjoy the little things that they have to offer, you know?
Like just seeing their excitement. And like it could be like the smallest little
things. Oh my God, a butterfly! Yeah, you're like, you get excited with them too. Yeah. You know, you gotta like up it up, and then you're like driving home, whatever. You're like, that was a nice butterfly. You know, that was a cool thing to see.
Yeah. So we're working on letters right now.
Oh, nice.
She did a G right. She traced it perfectly. Oh man, like her excitement. She was up, jumping and screaming, hands up in the air, like she just scored a touchdown. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Those are the little moments. Yeah. Those are definitely the little moments.
Those are little memories that are going to be in my head forever, bro.
Yeah, that's nice. Well, I think this can wrap up today's very, very special episode of Baby Daddy Potty with a great father. Baby Daddy Potty is just a name for the podcast. I don't think any actual person I'm having on as a guest is a baby daddy, because a lot of everyone that I've had is just a great father. Yeah. So I think
close to you, bro.
Thank you. Yeah, this is the same reason how you said you didn't have anywhere to turn to. Mm-hmm. I didn't either. Mm-hmm. And this is gonna be the spot where people are gonna come and just listen and be like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, maybe this and that. Yeah. So yeah, man, thank you for having me on. Thank you for letting me into your house, man. I appreciate it.
We're gonna chill here, play with the dollhouse real quick.
draw G's, draw real G's.
Side traveling. But bro, I hope you continue with your podcast, because I know there is parents out there that need to hear this, and whether it's a guy version, a girl version, it goes both ways. So just continue, bro, because there's a lot of parents that that do need help or that are suffering in silence. Maybe hearing my story is gonna help them out, or somebody else's story. So
I agree.
I wish you the best of luck, bro, and
I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, brother. All right, peace, guys. Have a good one. Make sure to follow Jawolf.
Thank you.
George, your baby mama's favorite influencer, on all platforms. I'll have the links down below.
Thank you.
And make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and have a good rest of your weekend. Bye.